Yo, I think we're good. I think we're live. Oh my goodness. Oh, just in time. Hold up. Hello. Welcome to Brazil. The last, or I think one of the last races on F1 24 we will get here in Brazil. We have a short grid of 10 people, and that's it today. But first, we have sprint qualifying. We've got 10 minutes left in this session, so I think we only do one qualifying session here, so it will definitely be short. We have a full McLaren team, full Red Bull team, full uh, Racing Bulls team, full Alpine, and one Williams and one Mercedes. So that's how we line up today. Pimenta, I believe, is going on his first flying lap. Let's see the best. Let's see the telemetry. And actually, no, let's turn off telemetry. We'll turn on the track map. Wait, I think I Discord muted. There we go. I think you can hear yourself now, right? Okay, I think we're good though now. I think I've Discord, the mic, and everything. Okay. If my... Oh, yes. Wait, let's see. Oh, yeah. Where, let's do that. No, you can add... I'll put in, it's in the commentators. Bruh. Oh. I see the problem now. Still round 11. Tier 2. There we go. Should be good. Thank you for reminding me. Let's see. Toasty oven bread. There we go. Should be good now. I don't have telemetry today because my laptop just won't turn on. But for now, the fastest lap goes to Pimenta. I think, yeah, Pimenta, the 109.6. It's far from Kunto's, but I bet that was a warm-up lap. He's on medium, so as Kid goes faster with a 9 point or 8.1 fresh softs. Yep. Fairly boring session with only 10 people in here, but people's... Oh. Wait, my thing is wrong. For some reason it says softs for me. Oh, this is best. Wait, there we go. Okay. Yeah, but wet's yeah. That's a choice. People's main focus right now should mainly be on F125 getting into the rhythm of that new handling model. But yeah. As a... Oh, I am lagging. Oh, Blitz just invalidates his lap. So is it done and dusted? Is it Kunto's championship? Those wet tires are still on that racing bull. Oh, I think he's just coming in. Davis still has yet to set a lap, but the fastest lap so far is Kent Kid's 8.1. Some people are still on mediums, but that's just a warm up. And as we go into the 3.5 warning in this session, we're gonna see some faster laps as Kent Kid is going into the pits. The only person out now is Pimenta and the judge. I think they're on... Pimenta's on 5 lap old hard softs, and Kent retires.
So he definitely could have the pace if he just switched to the softs, but we'll have to see if he does. Maybe he'll want to save a set for the race, especially with it being a sprint race. We could see that happening, or he could be saving it for next quali. So 3 minutes left in the session. Still could be anyone's pole position, except maybe for Dan. Dan probably is going to crash out of the session, if we're being honest. Just kidding, Dan. Blitz. I don't know if Dan's watching, but if he is...
Blitz and Kunto on those fresh softs. Davis comes out for the first time. Sniper's going to join us in the session as Pimenta, I believe, on those 6 lap old softs. Wondering what his plan is with that. 8.6, not going to be enough for a podium, but oh, he slides wide. Trying to pull up the stream here so that I'm not missing anything. You guys might want to update the code.
Oh, sorry, Murasaki, I have to.
Bro's roasting my Daniel. It's crazy.
I'm just kidding. I love Dan. Dan's a great driver. He'll definitely get points here. Golden Sniper leaving the session.
Okay. I'll invite him back.
Dan usually indicates Sauber. So him being in the Alpines is a little bit different. Maybe he just wanted to be on a team with someone for once.
Oh, I'm lagging. You know what? I'm gonna change some of these graphic settings. Let's see. Something that's like not necessary. Just put everything on low. Set the shadows. There, that should.
Kuto still, actually, he has switched to the sauce, Kuto. So I think he is going for this pole position. Fastest sector 2. He's 8/10 off his time. So as it stands, he will hold that pole position. We'll have to watch Blitz, who's also on a lap, a 10th down. So definitely still has it there. Kuto going fastest with a 1:7.78. little bit of lockup for Blitz. Could maybe ruin his time a little bit. But he really just needs to beat out KNYT Kid, and he'll start on the front row, which is probably going to be good enough for him.
Only a 10th up, and as we finish the session, it's most likely looking to, bro, I can't say his name. Kudo?
Blitz does not go second place. Blitz stays in third. JNYT Kid probably pumping his fist right now. Is very excited.
Davis is down 3. I think that's it. I think that's the order.
Yeah, this is your order for your sprint qualifying. We have Kudo taking pole position, followed by KNYT Kid in that Mercedes. Blitz not very far behind in that third place. Pimenta following right in line for fourth. Dan and Golden Sniper, fifth and sixth, respectively. Sub-Zero for racing there, seventh for your V-Carb. Brick in that eighth for McLaren. Davis takes P9, and Judge takes P10. Judge last week causing that big crash in Monza, taking out Blitz. So seeing him start in the back, maybe he's hoping that the drivers won't take him out in that first corner.
We do have a sprint lined up. I believe that there will be main race qualifying as Davis retires. So just sit back and relax. This is going to be a long one. Oh, and Golden Sniper. Oh no, wait, that's Dan. He's missing a wheel on track. Yeah, Kudo with a 17.4 in the first sector, a 34.1 in the second, and a 16.2 in the third. That is a fastest all around. It's crazy. A lot of incidents for a qualifying session with 10 people, but we head towards the sprint. I don't know how many laps we have, but probably only gonna see
7.
Yeah, we're probably only gonna see softs here. No other
We
maybe
might,
mediums.
depending on how long it is, we might see mediums come into play. Those softs seem to like to wear down here in Brazil. Curbs very, very apparent, and using them is vital for fast lap times.
Definitely with the
And I am starting the race. I am.
oh no. Oh no.
12 laps. It does look
Oh.
like softs will kind of be the play here, but watching, they are going to be just around that 50% mark. At the end, they die really quickly. I mean, you're getting about 2 seconds a lap from your starting lap. With those mediums, maybe going a little longer, but a little slower. Mediums, maybe around that 75 percent. It's like 25%, sorry, range. So those could be very good to use. Looks very sunny here, so we shouldn't have any issues with weather coming into play or anything.
Let's see. I have to invite Golden Sniper. There we go. But yeah, 12 laps of racing, or 11, or I forgot. But
12.
12. Is there a possibility of a safety car? Who knows? With 10 people on the grid, I'd be surprised.
We could very, very fastly see one. That turn one sometimes likes to be a little bit finicky if people aren't paying attention. A lot of places to overtake here. A lot of fast straights and fast curves that you can do some nice dive bombs, or if you're fast enough, you can go around the corner. So we should see a good amount of action here. But yeah, just waiting on the A-OK to ready up. I'm still in the car, so I'll have to make sure I retire as soon as possible. And we've been given the A-OK to ready up.
There we go. Okay.
I'm starting in the back of the grid in the Mercedes. Can't wait to see what position I get. You reckon I could win it?
Yep.
Maybe. See if I can't retire quickly. It's not letting me yet. But I will get a good view of the start of the race as they take off here. Watching. Oh, big crash and a lot of locking up. No big retirements or anything. So very fairly clean. A lot of people on the mediums. Golden Sniper on the softs. Though.
Brick is up.
So is Brick.
Pimenta down 6 and the judge up.
Pimenta is off track, trying to get back on. Pimenta probably out of it at this point, unfortunate. KNYT Kid up into first. Very nice for them, but Kudo right on their tail, not wanting to give up. Blitz also falling very closely behind, maybe looking for some good points here. Trying to go around the outside of Kudo, but nothing ends up happening. Golden Sniper retires. Just maybe didn't have it. Pimenta, 13 seconds down. There's already a big gap between all of the drivers. But KNYT Kid, still your leader here. Although with DRS enabled, we could see anything happening. A lot of mixing up maybe happening as DRS enabled. Nobody really burning a battery. Maybe saving it.
Pimenta goes into the pits. He's pitting on mediums.
Kuto setting fastest sector 1. So Kudo looking for an overtake, sliding a little bit. That might hurt his tires. Maybe they can go the way though. Kudo kind of all over the track as we're watching.
Brick on those softs. Not working for him. He's 1.6 down from podium positions. 1.7.
Blitz very aggressive. They go too wide through the first corner, but Blitz just has more speed and gets the overtake done and dusted very cleanly. A little bit of locking up from Kudo though, but Blitz now having to make up that gap time to KNYT Kid, about 8/10. But Blitz burning a lot of battery, very quickly making up about 3/10 now. So it's still very close, still very anyone's race here. Maybe except for Pimenta, who is very far down the order.
And Dan is trying to make a move onto Brick with the softs. These softs are not working.
Dan maybe going for the outside, but Brick very, very defensive. Maybe those softs rubbering in a little bit. Yeah, as we're seeing a little bit of gap on the straights. The judge following not very close behind, but still gets DRS. The Red Bull of Davis right behind him, very aggressive. Getting overtake down Brick, but Brick still aggressive, wanting that position back. Not happy with that P5. Switching back to the leaders. Still just KNYT Kid leading the pack for them. but he is almost out of battery. So maybe Blitz with 40% could get a good run of him in the next DRS zone in the pit straight.
Brick on the back of Dan. Softs, although they haven't worked in the beginning, maybe they're warming up. He's still they are all sliding around all over the place. Brazil with all these windy parts of the track, for sure. However, Inhumane Dan is 4 seconds outside of podium positions. This is just fortunate for.
So unless there's a big crash, yeah. Overtake mode on for Blitz, as Blitz will go to the outside, taking that P1 very, very quickly and very safely. Kudo and KNYT Kid going too wide, making a little bit of contact with the wheels there, but KNYT Kid keeping his position. Kudo down into third, Dan re-overtaking Brick. Those softs maybe gonna wear out a lot quicker than these mediums, so Brick maybe fighting for this P5 right now. Forward, but maybe as the race goes on, he'll start dropping, and maybe we'll see him drop out of that top 6. As Pimenta is back in the pits, I wonder if we'll see a retirement here. As KNYT Kid gets a penalty, which is just not what you want to do here, especially when you're this close in this podium pack. So he'll keep his podium spot, but he'll be dropped down to that third when he could have had a second or maybe even a first if he could work his way up there. But still looking for an overtake here as we go through the pit straight. DRS active, but KNYT Kid burning his ERS very, very early. Watching maybe a move being done on the inside. Yeah, Blitz having to cover off that outside line, and he just did not feel like doing it. Maybe getting the DRS on this straight, though, will re-overtake as KNYT Kid runs out of battery, drops to second. Kudo still in that third position, just not looking very aggressive.
Not Pimenta, Brick.
Brick and Dan still swapping positions constantly, going too wide on these straights here. It's almost a game of chicken. Who wants to be on the brake first?
Oh, as Sub-Zero locks up. It's a very risky place to lock up as he goes. It backs the judge up. He's now over a second. He could lose DRS. Probably will. It's 1.4. He's put the right tire on the grass, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't think he has DRS in it. Yeah, he does not have DRS. Sub-Zero out of that DRS as maybe Judge looking for something here, but Sub-Zero for a race. Very defensive. Judge trying to go on the outside, but it just wasn't there for him.
So very...
KNYT Kid and Blitz still duking it out for that first position, but Kudo dropping a second back. Maybe he will be out of DRS, unless these two in the front fight more. I think Kudo might be out of that first place contentions. KNYT Kid with another 3-second penalty. Could be tragic if the fighting slows him down enough and Dan and Brick are able to get within 6 seconds. But yeah, Kudo 1.5 seconds back. KNYT Kid 0.6 back from Blitz. So I think Blitz might take this P1 with almost really easy ways. Brick is out maybe. I don't know exactly what happened there, but Brick dropping down the order into that 8th. Dan probably very happy about that. Now he gets to just race this V-carb of Sub-Zero for race. So just one person with equal tire performance as KNYT Kid gets an overtake done on Blitz. Kudos back in with DRS. So didn't lose too much time there.
Is the Sub-Zero and Inhumane Den are duking it out.
Yeah, watching them go too wide on these straights, just like he was with Brick, but keeping them clean. Maybe taking that track limits. Wonder if they got a warning there.
It's very close
But
between these two.
Lucky for KNYT Kid, I think, especially after that, I think he'll keep a podium spot. Yeah, it's just a question of will Blitz or Kudo get penalties. I usually don't see them getting penalties, but you never know. Blitz maybe going a little defensive for Kudo.
Pretty spread at this point. We're still seeing some DRS train in the back, but top three is just solidified at this point. However, Blitz does have 2 warnings, and Punto has also 2 warnings.
Yeah, so they could still get penalties here. Keeping it in track would almost be the play here. Playing it very conservative. Maybe staying off those curbs, just staying in that P2 for Blitz, and just taking that win in the sprint race very cleanly. Just not trying to get an overtake done where he could crash or anything. We're watching him save up a lot of battery, and he will actually burn through a lot of it here as the DRS flap goes open. Goes on the inside, but KNYT Kid not wanting to give it up. Kudo wanting to get in the mix, following the as contact is made. Kudo between KNYT Kid and Kudo, but he gets it done without any real hassle. But KNYT Kid still just right there, not wanting to give up that position, despite the fact that he's not going to have it. But these 3 leaders will go 3 wide here. Maybe a little bit risky. Maybe Blitz getting flashbacks from Monza on that straight when he was taken out by Judge and U60. So yeah. As apparently Golden Sniper is not happy at the game with its glitches. Wonder what happened there for him.
And Dan is off. He got punted, but he does have that 3 seconds, so Sub-Zero goes through into 4th place.
If Dan can find 5/10 on Judge in these next laps, he could solidify his P5. If not, he might be looking at a P7 almost. If Davis can find a little bit more pace. Kudo taking this first position on a weird place to overtake. Usually don't see anything there. But
Sub-Zero. Oh no, Inhumane Dan goes through with those 3 seconds. I don't believe he's out of trouble yet. The Judge is still within penalty range as Sub-Zero is coming back.
Yeah, if Dan was smart here, maybe backing out of these battles and just trying to cover off this time. Kudo with the penalty. Blitz in this top 3, the only one without one. So Blitz in the current moment will win the sprint race. We'll just have to see if he can keep it clean for another lap. Unless I just cursed him, which would be kind of funny if we see them do that. Oh, Kudo off track as he hits a big snap. That's probably not going to be very good for him as he will drop quite a bit because of that. Yeah, he is 8/10, 9/10 back. Sub-Zero for race gaining very quickly on him. Sub-Zero for race maybe almost within that 3-second gap. We're watching that tick down very closely. Dan not wanting that to happen though as he overtakes Sub-Zero for race. But if they just work together, Dan with another penalty. So Sub-Zero for race just needs to push a little harder and cover off that 3 seconds. And he almost has it going for the overtake on Dan. We'll have to watch to see if Sub-Zero for race can get within 3 seconds at Kudo. It's just on and off right now. We're watching to see if it can happen. I don't think it will, though. I think the fighting with Dan has slowed him down too much. 3.5 seconds. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that Sub-Zero for race will get a podium here.
Unfortunate, so close. We are on the last lap of racing as we're gonna go to the leaders at this point. Blitz far into the lead with the
Yeah,
6-second penalty.
Blitz
over Kid.
going to be crossing that line, taking that P1. KNYT Kid not very far behind, taking that P2. Kudo, after very hardly trying to struggle and fight for that P1 position, he ends up P3, Sub-Zero for race in that P4. Dan crosses the line, but Judge will overtake him because of that penalty. So will Davis. So Dan down into 7th, Brick in 8th right now, and Pimenta in P9, Golden Sniper and I retiring from the race.
That was entertaining for every part of that. We had almost every lap of action. Kunto with the spin and the 3-second time penalty. But he still maintains that podium. I believe he's still on track for his WDC. As long as he maintains this this point finish, as well. There's 10 people in here, so I don't think it's possible to take that away from him.
Unless he crashes, which very well could happen, he probably will just hold on to it going into Vegas. KNYT Kid getting driver of the day for the sprint race, probably just because he was able to go up. I don't know why you DNF, Golden. I would if you informed me of that, but I'm not entirely sure.
Trying to get a screenshot. There we go. There are your. We have, I believe, qualifying next. So don't go anywhere. Not the race, unlike in F1 23. Short qualifying. Yeah, I don't expect much to change. However, there were some people using softs earlier on, mediums earlier on, as we have cloudy conditions. Let's check the weather. There could be.
Putting me in the car for some reason. This is gonna get kind of annoying. Golden Sniper had a glitch, so he was unfortunately unable to score anything there. Maybe he would have had a look for some points. But we are waiting for the first person to drive out, seeing who wants to be the guinea pig.
Let's take a look at the weather. Later on in the session, the qualifying session, we will have hotter conditions. The sun will come out. It is overcast right now. But in the race, there is a chance of rain coming out in the later stages. So if we do see a safety car, there will most likely be some inners action, as we have 3 people coming onto the track.
Sub-Zero for race, the first one out there. On those wets again. Wonder what that's all about.
Let's check the lap data. There we go. Yeah, the wets. It's an interesting choice for sure. I think it's just to get a feel for the track for sure. But it's just delaying what he wants to do, as we got Kunto right behind him, and I believe Brick.
Brick on the mediums, probably doing a little bit of a warm-up lap here. Maybe testing out conditions, seeing what he enjoys. The other McLaren Pimenta also on an out lap. KNYT Kid disqualifies his out lap somehow.
I was told to check the Discord. Don't know where though.
I already covered all of that. Kudo on starting his lap here. Yeah, Golden Sniper was unable to take control of his car, so he just wasn't able to race, unfortunately.
Fortunate.
But Kudo here looking to set another pole position, showing his dominancy in this Tier 2. As I'm pretty sure every race that I've watched, he has set pole position.
Let's go on board with Moon for these final sectors. That's a purple first. Let's look at telemetry. He set a... I can't even see. Sub-Zero with the west.
Crossing the line with a 108.3. If you remember, his sprint pole position was a 177. So there might be a little more time to find. As Brick, it's a 109.9.
We have to remember the conditions here are overcast, as you're going to see some sun start to shining. So we're going to see some faster lap times definitely later on. It's just a point of when, as I have no idea who's in front of Kunto, who's off track, but...
KNYT kid with a 108.6. His second place in the sprint quality was a 108.1. Golden Sniper on his lap. A little bit of traffic in front of him from the Red Bull going out of the pits. But that Red Bull very nicely getting out of his way.
It's on the medium, so not going to be as fast as lap for sure. Inhumane, Dan, oh, he's on the outlap. I don't expect Sub-Zero to be on this compound one more lap as he comes into the pits. Kunto as well. Yeah, we have
Golden Sniper.
Oh, someone spun. That is Kint Kid.
It's like one of the, yeah, Mercedes. Golden Sniper running a little tired in the grass there, I think. A little bit of traffic from that McLaren, but he'll pass very nicely. Burning all of his battery, 109.0 for Golden Sniper on the mediums.
Davis coming across the... Oh, no, it's on his outlap. Having those tires warmed up properly, I believe.
Dan, with that purple Sector 1, very, very fast for him. Maybe we'll see him shoot to the top of the list. Probably just for a split second, though, as Kudo will maybe find a little bit of time. As he runs a little wide there. Surprised there was an invalidation.
I believe that purple first sector was a glitch. So I'm reading 17.7, Kunto's was 17.6. So
Interesting.
Menta goes faster, or no, yeah, faster with 17.5 in the first sector. Go on board with him right now. Yep, the sun is shining as we speak. It's getting hotter on track. Sure, he's on these 2-lap old tires, so we will see an improvement here, I believe. We're gonna go across that second sector. It's gonna be close with Kunto. Depends on if he has high downforce or low at this point. He's coming across. Oh, and he's 3/10 off. Yeah, unfortunate. Those 2-lap old tires are not gonna cut it for sure. He's gonna have to put on a new, fresh compound. Brick coming across the line. He is going to pits. Judge on the fresh softs. Nope, he's going to pits. Yep.
Blitz starting his lap as he crosses the timing line. Blitz getting that P3 and the sprint qualifying, but then winning out in the sprint. So we'll have to see what he can do here and in the race.
He sets a purple first, I believe. Let's check that. Oh, Blitz. Yeah, 17.5. That's the fastest one we've seen. No, it isn't. Pinkett set a faster one.
So, track probably feeling a lot better, a lot more grip here as it's been a little rubbered in and the sun is out and shining. So you'll find better track conditions and warmer tires. Blitz, purple sector 2, 51.8, crossing that line.
Just getting the ball rolling as what was Punto's? Oh,
Blitz taking fastest lap at the 108.043, going faster than he did in that sprint quali. But Kyoto's sprint quali was like a 107.7. So there's still a lot of time to find out here.
You're not going faster than Blitz. He does go faster, 0.2 faster than his previous time, but that's not going to cut it. Maybe snap somewhere, but majority, or no, half the grid in the pits and half the grid out. We have 9 minutes left in this session so far. As Golden Sniper sets a fastest first sector, somehow with those median compounds to 17.4. That 4-lap old medium, wow. But he's all over the place. I don't think that will last. His car is bouncing. I think that's lag. But
it looks all like lag because he is kind of just jolting around the course. 0.3 down on his time, so he's gonna go into those 108s. It's just a question of, can he go fast enough to beat Kincaid's time? He's not, but very, very close with those very, very old mediums. So you do have to wonder if Golden Sniper will try out again, but with softs this time.
Let's check his tire allocation. He has 2 fresh softs. No, 3. There's 3. No, 4. There's 4 fresh softs for the allocated for qualifying. He should use them, but probably getting a feel for the track. So we have 7 minutes and 30 seconds left. Brake going out. He's half a second up on his time. That will be a but he's pretty fast as we go into the second sector with him.
Pimenta shooting up to that P3 with a 108.6. Coming out of nowhere is he didn't do very good in the actual sprint race. You'll be getting a little bit of tow from Williams of Judge. So maybe we'll see him set an even faster lap. He's on very, very old softs. So a little bit of sliding. So unless he's able to find a lot of time on one corner, maybe Pimenta will be done here.
On these, or no, not brake, Pimenta on these fresh softs. Has a lot of ERS to play with. Taking the wide line to the flag.
He'll go a little bit faster, but he'll just stay in that P3.
Don't think that these drivers are pushing as hard as they would like to. I mean, Kunto, you saw, was at a 7.7, I believe. So
I think, yeah.
yeah,
So Kudo with on his outlap right now and validating it, but maybe that's just part of his strategy.
we're gonna go on board with him for as we got 5 minutes left. Taking these turns really sharp, except that last one going wide, so that you can maximize exit speed 50% ERS. He's down on his time by 200ths. It's crazy. Blitz might have a chance at pole. Still in the pits though. Memento still out, not pitting. We're gonna see where he's at coming across this second 2 line. He is only 3,000 or 300ths up, so he needs to improve here. Hopefully, he has these low wings. He's got 10 ERS to play with.
Across the line, but not able to go faster on his lap, and Blitz will stay in that provisional pole for now. We'll have to see if he wants to go out in another lap or if he'll be confident enough doing that one lap.
I believe going on to his flying lap, even though he took an extra warm-up lap. Need some more. We're gonna have some more degradation, but no matter. He needs to improve. 6 tenths to get pole position. A lot to ask here, but again, we saw the sprint qualifying, and that was a bit better than what we see here, but sure it's different with the temperature and all that.
Dan on another outlap. So we'll have to see what he can do with his lap and see if he'll push himself past that 8th place. Only has to find a 10th really to beat Davis.
Can get going
We'll have to see what he does. Yeah, Kudo probably not very happy about that, and I don't know if Kudo will be able to go out on another lap, especially if his engineers are going to take a while to get that car in. So we might see Kudo maybe off of the front row for once.
I think he's coming out. The Kunto?
I think it looks like it, yeah.
Unless that's Davis.
But Dan...
Nope.
Dan's sliding a little bit on his fast lap, so I don't know if Dan will find any sort of time whatsoever.
The 9.1 is where he stands. So much to improve, and he's going to back off from his flying lap. Someone is approaching him.
Blitz on an outlap now, so apparently he was not fine with his time, despite the fact that he probably will still continue to hold that provisional pole. Dan off track, giving leeway to whatever car just passed him.
And we are in the final minute of this session. Kunto in the pits. This is crazy. He is in 3rd place as it stands, and he will not get enough time to go on a flyer. So that's where he stands, unless someone can go faster. Sub-Zero starting his flyer. As Blitz starts a flyer, he's already got the fastest lap in 8.0. Golden Sniper as well. And Inhumane Dan. It's already 9 sectors. It's probably from the previous sector. Blitz going 0.8 across the line down, so he will maintain 10th as it stands. Let's go to the 3rd sector with Sub-Zero going to purple second, 0.2 in that 2nd sector, so he is fastest as it stands. He needs about a second to get pole, but probably not gonna get that. And it goes 0.3. It stays where he is. Only, I believe 6 hundredths more, and he could have improved 1 position. We're gonna go across with Blitz. Does not improve. Let's see, the Alpine of Inhumane Dan doesn't improve, and the Alpine of Golden Sniper, I believe, is already finished. And I think that's it. Nope, Davis up 0.5 and loses in that 3rd sector. He goes 7th.
So Sub-Zero for race, the only person not finished yet, but he is very up on his time. To your qualifying positions, Blitz will take pole and KNYT Kid takes that P2. Kudo, for one of the first times ever, will not start on the front row. Instead, he'll start that P3. Golden Sniper, after a rough sprint race, will find himself on that P4. Pimenta will find himself P5 for McLaren, Sub-Zero for Riggs, P6 for VCarb. Davis, P7, teammates with Kudo for Red Bull. Brick, P8. Dan, P9, and then the judge will start in your P10 position.
Great lineup, great grid as Sub-Zero retires. I want to take one more look at the weather. We're going to start in sunny conditions, but towards the end of the race, I'm seeing thunder on the weather screen. So, again, if there is any delay, such as a VSC or a safety car, we could see some interaction as there are your final qualifying. I just see black. I'm not seeing much here for results, but my screen is completely black.
Definitely not what you want to see.
What are you seeing right now?
I was watching like the stock video of Brazil, where it's just the random people driving laps. But I will start in the car again. Some strategies that we may be looking at: softs to mediums, softs to hards. But we'll have 36 laps of racing. Without any safety cars or VSCs, it'll take just around 40 minutes. Could be very much faster, though, depending on what some of these lead cars' pace will be. We might see a little bit of maybe some lapping, depending on how fast these front runners will go.
Sure. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't think we have to go yet, but I'm gonna run down.
About 5-minute break, so I'm gonna go and grab myself a drink, maybe wake myself up a little bit so that we have energy for this race. So I will be right back.
I'm gonna run down the qualifying order one more time. We got Blitz in the or the shocker here is Blitz in the Racing Bulls. We got King Kid in the Mercedes. Kudo, the shocker here in the Red Bull. Golden Sniper in 4. I didn't even see that in P4. What an improvement from previous results. Pimenta in the McLaren for P5. Sub-Zero in Blitz's teammate in the race I'm looking at the. Oh no, I think that's Williams. I think that's Williams. Um, in P4 or P6, Davis in P7 in the Red Bull. I can't see the name of that McLaren, but oh no, Brick in the McLaren in P9 or P8, Inhumane Dan P9, in Alpine, and the Judge in P10 in the. Maybe that's the Williams. I think I'm colorblind. And Toasty in P11th. Yeah, I'm gonna see last first action. But yeah. Again, I'm gonna run over the weather real quick. We have 2 ticks of sunny, and then after that 2 ticks of overcast, or no, semi-sunny. 1 tick of overcast, and then we go to Inter's condition. But again, I don't think we're gonna reach that until or unless we see some safety car action, maybe some delays for sure. But yeah, we're looking at a nice. Oh, that is qualifying. But yeah, we had sprint qualifying before this. We had a sprint before or after that, and then after that we had regular qualifying. So the tire allocations are basically all used up, and here's the time to use the extent of your tire allocation. We're looking at like the base for strategy, hard mediums or medium hards. But again, this is Brazil. Brazil is a crazy track, and yeah, any delays, and we're gonna see some wet weather for sure. I think I'm gonna go and run into the statistics for tier 2. Yeah, Kudo is 35 points off from the Racing Bulls of Blitz. Unless Kudo basically DNFs, that's going to be it. He needs to score, I believe, 36 or 37 more points, as he finished, I believe, P3 in the sprint, so that's going to help Blitz, as he finished, I believe, P1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Red Bulls as of, I believe, Canada, I believe they have 300 points. We had Monza last week, so I don't know. I'm not seeing team statistics. Racing Bulls, not just behind, but they are 86 points behind. So we're gonna need to see some action from Racing Bulls here for sure. The only fight I see is between Williams and Alpine. They're 15 points apart.
Yeah. Alpine technically having 2 drivers today, with Williams just having 1. And then that McLaren is also right there. With having 2 drivers there, they might be able to overtake Williams. So that'll be definitely something to watch.
For sure.
As we have been giving the okay to ready up. So we'll have to watch what strategies are here. Maybe watching for a 2-stop opportunity, because those softs did not look like they were going to last. So unless people find a way to make mediums to hards work, maybe watching for a 2-stop. A little bit of unfortunate news, as I will not be able to stay for the full race, but I'll definitely try to get the most of it.
Yep.
But we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 red lights. And away we go after a little bit of a long start. Waiting and watching to see if there's any bit of action in the first corner. A lot of contact, a lot of locking up, but no really big thing. Pimenta off track. But I will now switch to spectator cam instead of being a driver. A lot of people on those mediums and hards. So definitely looking forward maybe to that medium to hard or hard to medium. Both the McLarens on those hard tires, so they're going to have to work together and definitely have a little bit of different pit windows. Otherwise, they could screw each other over. But everyone else on those mediums probably going medium hards, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I believe if we don't see any safety car action, the hard mediums are the fastest strategy for sure, especially around here with all the turns and 36 laps of racing. As we are almost done with the first lap of racing, we have 35 laps left.
KNYT Kid holding his ground here in that first position. Golden Sniper probably really excited to be up on this podium, even though it's still so early in the race and anything could happen. I bet he's absolutely cheering for himself. Blitz looking for an overtake, and he just gets it done very easily. Yeah, just looking at that one stop from the medium to hards is what everyone is on. Maybe one person is on a two-stopper, seeing if they can't extend some of the life.
Kudo down into P4. I'm not sure he's trying to the full extent. Maybe he's wanting some more championship action for sure. But
yeah, I was gonna say maybe we'll watch Kudo fall down more. Maybe wanting Vegas to be very similar to 2021 Abu Dhabi, maybe with less controversy. So we'll have to watch and see if that's what happens. I think an Alpine of Dan running a little wide here, looking for an overtake on Sub-Zero for race, but he doesn't get it after running a wide. A lot of smoke on this first corner. People like to lock up a little bit. I think Kudo maybe getting a warning from that, almost dropping out of DRS from Golden Sniper. So I bet Golden Sniper definitely telling himself, hey, I need a push, because if I can break DRS off of Kudo, Kudo will not have an easy time to catch me. But it just doesn't happen, as Blitz and KNYT Kid fighting a little more than you saw in the sprint race. Dan, first person with a penalty here very, very early on.
the McLaren's still in the back, but Brick 2 seconds behind. Unfortunately, he's going to drop out of DRS. King Kid going into the third sector. We're going to see maybe an overtake here. Go on board with Blitz. Take the wide line.
Yeah, KNYT Kid getting a little defensive, but Blitz also just not looking as aggressive as he could have been, just sticking to his P2, maybe waiting for a better opportunity. As yeah, we're watching him burn a lot of battery here, going on the wide, too wide through the corner, but Blitz gets it done before the corner, so no worries about that. Brick in the back, spinning and going off track. So those McLaren hopes maybe down the drain, but if you can just stay in the race, you will get a point. So,
Yep, Kunto all over the back of Golden Sniper. Trying to make
Golden
him
Sniper
move.
dropping out of that second range to KNYT Kid. So if he can't close that, Kudo could be looking for a very, very easy overtake, especially with this DRS straight coming up. So Golden Sniper needs to maybe put the pedal to the metal a little faster, because I don't think he's going to get DRS here, but he is burning a lot of battery. Definitely see the desperation from him doing the inside line. But Kudo is just going to have that easy time. I mean, it's just like stealing candy from a baby. A little bit of contact as Golden Sniper is spun because of Kudo!
Yeah, and that's a bit of some. Oh, as King Kid gets a pass on to Blitz, but yeah, that was some crazy action.
Yeah, if Kudo finds himself in maybe a close battle, he could find himself with some penalties from the stewards.
Very unfortunate. We could take a replay of that later. but Kudo is fighting to get back into this DRS of the top 3. He's just edging.
Yeah, but Blitz and KNYT Kid maybe going a little slower, so maybe intentionally trying to back Blitz up into Kudo so that he has to fight with them. But Blitz is just all over KNYT Kid as they will go and start the DRS straight. Blitz just all over the back of him, making something happen on the outside here. Yeah, very easy move. You don't see a big collision like we did with Kudo and Sniper. Dan getting an overtake done on Davis, going on the inside there. But the Red Bulls and Red Bull of Davis and Judge going wide, but Davis retiring. Wow, that's someone's probably not going to be happy. Yeah, full safety car out. So I think at the end of the race, we might see a little bit of the rain that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, this is, and not only just enters, we're going to see some heavy rain at the end of that. So whoever used those wet tires in qualifying might be regretting that after this.
I think that was sub-zero for race. The V-Carb. He was in P4 right now, so I think that rain will maybe switch up all the positions a little bit. We'll have to watch and see how that shapes out. Some people may be benefiting from this. Golden Sniper, who was obviously spun by Kudo, definitely gaining some position. Kudo, who was dropping back quite a bit from the leaders, will be right there as we watch Blitz dip into the pits. This is a very, very early pit stop. The top 3 all pitting. Top 4 all pitting. I wonder if they're going to go to hards and maybe last until the wets come. It'll definitely be interesting to watch how this takes place. But yeah, hards going on Blitz. Hards going on KNYT Kid. Oh, Kudo on the mediums. This is definitely going to be interesting to watch. Pimenta not pitting. Same with Judge and never mind. So yeah, Pimenta the only and Brick, sorry. Pimenta and Brick, the McLarens, the only people to not pit. Maybe they plan for a safety car, but didn't think it was going to come this early.
Definitely. I bet Kunto is looking at that wet action and saying, I can last until, or I bet these mediums can last until that. But Pimenta and Brick, both McLarens staying out on those hard tires. I think
and mediums last the 15 laps maybe that it's going to take. I think all the people who pit to hards are going to be in the right. I think those will actually last the way. I think the mediums are going to wear out too quickly. I think Kudo made the mistake. I think the McLarens also may be making a mistake by not pitting. We'll have to see how this all plays out.
Yeah, Kunto has to pit again in the regulations. He started on mediums, went to mediums. He's going to have to use a different compound.
So I think he is maybe trying to last out until those wets and having those wets be his second compound.
If I were to bet money, I think Kunto that was the right call, or maybe he's just trying to do something different. But I can't say for sure what they're doing down the
Judge
Red Bull.
Back in the pits. Maybe I don't know what's going on with his race.
Now
maybe that little collision he had with the Red Bull just sent him upset. Maybe he broke his wing and they didn't fix it at first.
You are absolutely correct, but for Judge, this is a blessing in disguise. He is on the mediums, but he also fixed his wing. But you want the freshest tires you can get, especially here in Brazil. But also, you are last. There is nothing to lose here, as the safety car will come in the third sector at the end of this lap, and the Judge clipping the wall.
He's gonna have to push. As
he will have warm tires. He will definitely
going a little bit slow, but we'll have to watch this restart. The Pimenta will lead the way for the McLaren. He is on old hards, so we'll have to see maybe Blitz will get the jump on him very early. Maybe he'll be able to predict when it starts. And Blitz could gain so much here.
The judge definitely making the right call, going maybe not on the mediums, but for sure on he's last. He has nothing to lose here for sure. The safety car comes into the slap, and
But yeah, Judge has officially caught up, so no issues there. Pimenta will lead the way. The safety car going in, so we'll have to see how all this plays out. These restarts could lead to anything. We've seen so many big collisions happen off of a restart. We've seen so many positions gained. So we'll have to watch as I think Pimenta leading the way. Yeah, the green flags will be waved. And he gets a very good jump off of Blitz. But Blitz maybe caught a little bit sleeping there. As he was already 5/10 back. But there's going to be 0 position changes, at least to that first corner.
my eyes are on Kunto as he's already getting a move done into
Yeah.
P4.
Very, very quick off of Brick. And he is going to be chasing down KNYT Kid. Very, very nice for Kudo. Although these mediums are going to have to go the way, so maybe pushing isn't going to be the play. If I was Kudo in this situation, I sit behind KNYT Kid. I use the DRS. I stay off curbs. I save my tires as much as possible. And I benefit from hitting on the wets.
For sure, Pimenta in these 8 lapple parts, and he's still holding up here like at P1, but Kunto on the charge here, and the judge, I expect some moves from both of them here. My money would be on them for making some positions up for sure, as Kunto already on the back of Kid. However, he's going to back off. ERS enabled here as we go fully racing back to normal conditions. Kunto has, I'm going to run down the warnings here for sure. Oh, no, Blitz is on the charge here, getting past Pimenta.
Blitz, yeah.
Oh, and
very quick work. KNYT Kid also there, making him run a little wide. KNYT Kid will maybe get that position, but Pimenta is not giving it up. But around the outside, KNYT Kid will get it. Oh,
they're off in the back, and who is that?
Brick and Sub-Zero for race. That's definitely not gonna help either of them. No. Yeah, Pimenta separating Kudo from the top 3. So maybe we'll see Pimenta slow down Kudo a little bit, especially with these harder, older tires. But Kudo, very, very aggressive here. We're watching, maybe going to be a move done. Will he keep it clean, or will he spin just like he did with Golden Sniper? A little bit of a lockup. Going too wide, a little bit of contact as Pimenta is off the track. And Kudo gets a double overtake technically and up into P2. But he has a long way to go until he can get into this P1. About a second and a 10th now. So Blitz needing to push it a little harder with a lot to gain here if he can keep Kudo out of DRS. Because if he can, KNYT Kid maybe will look for something. These two battle and Blitz will be able to run away with it. So we'll have to watch these times. Dan getting an overtake done on Judge.
Blitz going wide, and I just want to remind us about the weather. Kunto.
Kudo! Oh, I thought he was going to get something done there, but he backs out very quickly. Yeah, if you want to update us about the weather, that would be lovely.
We are not seeing that much cloud. We are in light cloud conditions, but Kudo makes the move onto Blitz. We're 1/3 of the way through this race distance for sure. But yeah, the weather concerns are it's not the rain isn't looking too imminent for sure. Sub-Zero gets 3 seconds, but yeah, we're in like cloudy conditions. Judge on the charge, he hitting onto the mediums. He's up into 5th. This is great, but Humane Judge making the move back. Too wide in this. Oh, and the judge off into the grass. Unfortunate, but that is
Judge getting a little bit shafted today, especially
Yeah.
that contact with the Red Bull and now running wide with the Dan. Probably just not in a great mindset. It's really hard to stay positive, especially after something like that.
Pimenta holding his own here, getting that DRS on this main straight.
Kudo almost breaking DRS off of Blitz, but Blitz will just barely get it. Blitz will just need to stay within that second gap, and he might have a better time here. Mediums will wear out decently quick. So I don't know if Kudo will be able to go the way. We'll have to wait and see.
Pimenta
But
spinning,
unfortunately,
and he has a broken front wing. There is no VSC, there is no SC. There is cautions though in
yellow
sector
flags are
1.
out though. So maybe he's trying to force out a safety car.
Some dirty
But
work
I
by the
don't think it's
McLaren
gonna
team.
happen.
They're both missing some part of their wing.
Yeah, Pimenta going wide. Pimenta having zero wing. Brick having a bit of a broken right wing. So McLarens are not having it today. Just not doing a good job. But unfortunately, I do have to go. But Mark will leave you guys in good hands.
It's been a pleasure,
So,
Toasty.
yeah, I wish you luck on the rest, and hopefully it's a little more exciting than what we've seen so far. So, I've been Toasty, but Mark will carry you throughout, and he'll do a fantastic job.
Thank you, Toasty, and goodbye to you as Pimenta peels into the pits with that, obviously, the broken front wing. These are some dirty tactics by the McLaren team trying to force out that safety car as Brick does not peel into the pits, maybe not wanting to double stack, but he definitely had space to not double stack. Let's take a look at this P4 to P7 or P6 position. It's the judge still on. Last time we checked up on him, he was P5. He's P4 now after getting shafted by Inhumane Dan. This is a big charge by the judge. Unfortunately, that drop off is gonna come anytime soon. I really wanted to see some rain. I'm going to be completely honest. We're going to go to the leaders, though. Giving Blitz, DRS, and Kid in the Mercedes. But, yeah, from that rain action, not looking too imminent. We're going to go further back as Golden Sniper gets the penalty. I'm going back to penalties here as the Alpines stay in line. Everything is looking pretty sorted with only 9 people on the grid. P5 to P7 have penalties of some sort, as we're looking at a Golden Sniper move onto Inhumane Dan. I believe that is team tactics, as Inhumane Dan just broke a lot early. As I believe Brick pits, and maybe they're going to try again to see that safety car. But yeah, I mean, we really want to see this. I really want to see some wet action, but I don't think that's possible without some dirty tactics from the McLaren team for sure. We're going to go on board with Kunto. Blitz just on the back. We're going to see that DRS wide open, and he's going to get the move as Blitz gets fastest lap on hards. What a push from Blitz. This is for sure his race. He gets pole in qualifying, and but Kunto's coming back. I don't think it's going to be enough, as Blitz is probably using his ERS as the Williams is getting Golden is in the back of the judge, but on those mediums, those nice mediums, but I believe it's falling off as we're seeing some action there. However, Sub-Zero is back in the DRS range. I believe he was out of it at some point. The judge locks up, maybe giving some opportunities to Golden, as Golden looks to have more traction for sure. I believe the fall off is happening right now, even though we are only, let's look at the tires. We're only 9 laps out of safety car, as we're gonna go to the front runners. So not making that move on blitz. We're gonna see some, hopefully some overtakes here. As Kid falls out of DRS range, I have no idea what happened. As Golden gets the move onto the judge. I believe these mediums are not working anymore for the judge, but however, Kunto is making them work for him, as we're seeing some more penalties getting dished out. Kunto, we're going to run down the warnings. Kunto says he has 3. I think that might be due to maybe like collision, probably, but as of now he has 3 warnings. Blitz has 1, Kid has 2, Golden has 6, so he just got that 6-second penalty. He is 10 seconds out of any front action or the podium action, so I believe that settles podium positions as Kunto gets moved on from Blitz. Kunto, as I said, he had 3 warnings, but he had technically 2, so he's gonna get that 3-second time penalty. If you are in this top 3 position, you are not Kunto, then I would say definitely to hold on onto the track for sure. You don't want to get a penalty more. So yeah, Sub-Zero going off with the judge. Both of them going a bit wide here. Not too much action here. I believe that solidifies a lot of what we expected. However, Kunto getting the 3 seconds. So we're going to see Kid hopefully pushing, as Kunto has the mediums as Commentators gets, and there's going to be yellow flags in sector 1. Can't see his front. No, I believe he just spun. That's fine. The only action is literally up in P1, P2. Pinky gets 3 seconds. That's going to be maybe race over, as we're going to see these penalties dished out. Blitz is having a field day here with only 1 warning. That could be due to anything. That could have been due to the collisions, maybe 1 off track, but he still has 1 warning to play with for sure. So he's Kunto's getting backed up by Blitz. Pimenta retiring. Let's see that safety car. No, he's in the pits. I didn't want a safety car, but I want to see some rain for sure. So we're nearing the halfway point, or no, I believe we just passed the halfway point of this race. DRS coming to Kunto. We're gonna see a move here. No, fortunately not. Again, these mediums, that cliff might be closer than you think. I would like to see and he's using all the IRL. Someone spinning. Oh no, that's it's AI. Never mind. But yeah, there's a lot of action for just the top 2 contenders here. Let's take a look at the degradation here. They are, I think that's the estimate. No. So Blitz has 13% wear on his hards. Kunto with, I believe, no, this isn't the estimate. He's got 30 all around. So again, this the double amount of wear for Kunto on the mediums as we are going into forecast conditions. The track getting a little more colder as Kunto getting a move onto Blitz. He needs this for sure, but also Blitz. He needs to pray that Blitz gets a penalty or two. Hello, Damien. Hello. But yeah, Blitz just hopefully hang on to in DRS range and not get a penalty. But yeah, we're seeing this field spread out. Nobody in DRS range except for these top two contenders. Blitz goes wide. And yeah, oh, and I'm seeing some droplets of rain. No way. It is raining here in Brazil with 15 laps left. I believe, I might be mistaken. I do have my graphics set to low, so... But yeah, I think we're going to see some wet action maybe. Nobody in DRS range except these top two, so I reiterate that. It's going to come down to who... maybe not who, because Kunto has... it's a snap of oversteer. Going to be on the back. He's going to get DRS, so I wouldn't fight this too much, Kunto. Yeah, Blitz gets that move. Again, he's on the hard compounds. Kunto's on that medium. We said probably could last until rain, but that cliff is definitely happening right now. As the judge was peaking at, I believe, P4 all the way down to P6. I thought I saw some droplets of rain, but yeah, I believe here's the situation. We're gonna see some rain definitely at the end, but is it gonna be worth it to pit onto the Inter tires? For Kunto, I 100% believe that is 100% true. But for the other people, could he catch in those conditions? Kunto, I believe he has DRS, yeah? He's not making too much time up. That's just the effect of medium tires and oversteer happening all over the place, and no more DRS for Kunto. That's it. No DRS on track as of now. I believe he has DRS for the time being, but Inhumane Dan gets the penalty for 9 seconds. That is crazy. We have 13 laps of racing left. Everyone pretty spread. But yeah, I think... Oh, massive lockup from Blitz. There's so much smoke there. But yeah, Kunto hoping to get back into this DRS. I don't think he will. Again, these medium tires are falling off the cliff for Kunto, but for sure we see some safety car. Oh, I think, yep, there is some rain here. I wasn't schizophrenic. Holy, we have rain in Brazil. But yeah, it's just gonna be whether or not people are gonna pit off these slick tires, and I'm thinking that this rain session could go long. So what I mean by that is, there's long or short rain transitions. Short rain transitions take about maybe 3 to 2 laps, maybe even 1 lap, to develop into fully rain conditions. Long is when you get about maybe 6, maybe 5 laps of rain as Inhumane Dan gets move onto judge. No, I believe the judge is going on to Inter tires. The first person to pit onto Inters. Brave of him, as there's definitely going to be some degradation. I don't think that the track as of right now is Inter's condition, but for him, he's definitely going to get some degradation in between now and that long transition as Brick pits for probably the Inters. Again, I could be wrong, but it feels like a long rain transition, which could take up to maybe 5, maybe 4 laps. But again, this is gets, I believe, lapped by Kint Kid. Yep. Maybe we can see a fight off of pit exit, but no, that's lap done as people are starting to, or teams, I should say, start thinking about the Inter tire for sure. I told you we were going to see some rain, but let's take a look at the, or you guys can't see, but the Inter's condition tires as according to analytics. We are about, I think, okay, so for Blitz on his such low degradation tires, he's about 6.3 seconds off of the delta for Inters. So what I mean by that is every lap he's sending data to his team, and that is basically sending data to me, but every lap, every sector is sending data saying if Inters are faster or if slicks are faster, as Golden gets a warning here. He's about 5.8 seconds off that delta. Kunto coming into the pits. So let's take a look off of these penalties into the tires. As yeah, I don't think this is Inter's time, but maybe it is just time for him because those mediums probably degraded so much as Golden Sniper's gonna get a overtake on Kunto. Yeah, this is I believe Kunto's podium goodbye, but however, the Golden Sniper and Kint Kid still have yet to pit onto Inters. Now again, there is an option to just stay out and brave this weather, but I don't recommend it as we have 10 laps of racing remaining here in Brazil. But yeah, the only people to not have pit is Blitz, Kid, Golden Sniper, and Inhumane Dan. Again, what I will say is that it is definitely not time to pit, but no, Blitz goes into the pits. Maybe people are just having a slight snap of oversteer as Brick. Is that going to bring out the safety car? He DNFs. Nope. I'm only seeing caution signs as of right now, but Blitz is the first one into the pits from the top 3. Kid, the second one, but is Sniper going? No, he's not. This is what I'm talking about. This might be the lap to pit. However, he's still 3 seconds off the delta for Inters. Inhumane Dan just coming up that hill. We have 7 people left and we're gonna see some out of pit action. Who's behind him? I think that's Golden Sniper. Oh, Golden Sniper goes wide just in the distance. But yeah, I just don't think it's time for these Inter conditions. However, they could be sliding around. I'm not seeing so much rain on the ground. But yeah, I mean, as of right now, it looks to be that slicks are a bit faster, but just by a few seconds for Golden Sniper. Yeah, he is 1.8 as he goes wide there. Kunto getting that overtake done. I believe he's going to pit this lap. I believe this is the right choice because it's a perfect balance between degradation and pace. So he's going to have enough of that. Oh, as his car jolts around. Yeah, he's probably going to pit. No, he is still. Yes, so it probably, as I say probably, it's definitely going to be this lap to pit. Because Inters will definitely be faster. Golden Sniper sliding around with, I believe, 8 laps remaining. Both Alpines staying out. I bet their team is just saying, no, it's not time, it's not time. Which is definitely true. But at some point, Inters are going to be faster. It's just these 20-lap-old softs, or no, 20-lap-old hards are just not cutting it anymore as the Inters are obviously fresher, but yeah, I think 3 laps, or his judge comes across the line for 4 laps of Inter, where I don't think that was the call. Definitely too early, but he had to make something risky as he's 11.7 out from any action. but he's in P7, so he gets points for sure. As we're gonna see some action in the back. This is the most action I've seen for the last 5 laps. As Golden Sniper gets overtaken by Kint Kid, he's just falling down the order as I'm going on board. This is a lot of rain now, so I'm betting it is time to come into the pits for Golden Sniper. And we are just off the delta, 0.3 seconds off this delta, so I'm gonna say here, this is probably the perfect lap to pit for sure, as Inhumane Dan is sliding around a bit. I don't think they're gonna double stack for sure because of how, and yep, Inhumane Dan is just sliding around. He'll come in this lap. Again, this is the perfect lap to pit, in my opinion. Always got to slow down there. No penalty for Inhumane Dan as Blitz maintains the lead with not the freshest inters, but definitely the second freshest inters behind both Alpines for sure. As DRS is enabled, I don't see slicks coming up here on my telemetry, so for sure inters are faster as of right now, as both Alpines are going to have the freshest tires. Maybe too cold, but Inhumane Dan just coming out of the pits. He has a penalty unlike Judge, but Golden Sniper still sliding around and maybe not used to the wet condition here, as Kint Kid gets a 3-second penalty. Oh my god, I just, my voice cracked. Oh, rain, yep. But yeah, I think that's it, unless somebody slides or somebody chants it into the wall, but for sure. I had to go for a little bit, but Inhumane Dan sliding on those fresh tires. But Golden probably gonna, no, he's 22 seconds away from any action. I mean, if we see some safety car action, maybe there's a chance of that, but nope, 22 seconds from any action. I will say he should run away from Sub-Zero, as his tires should be adequately warm by now, but he is sliding everywhere. Sub-Zero is now just behind him. I mean, he has the freshest inters. This is not normal for Golden Sniper for sure. So we see Sub-Zero sliding around. Yeah, this is the only set of action on the course, as you can see from the map in the lower right-hand side. His 5-lap-old inter still working for him on versus these fresh inters. Like, this is not normal for Golden. I mean, maybe his setup isn't adequately fit for these wet conditions. Maybe it's too high or too low downforce. That's what I'm trying to say. But Sub-Zero within a second, or just edging that 1 second barrier from Golden. Let's take a look at the penalties now. Sub-Zero has 3, so he's effectively overtaken from the results. Not on track though, as long as he keeps it on the track. Let's take a look at the warnings. Yep, Sub-Zero has 5 warnings. He has 5 warnings. So 1 more warning, and we could see a full-on push from Sub-Zero. Maybe too little, too late. But I'm gonna say this again. This because Golden Sniper. Oh, yeah, Sub-Zero sliding around. Because Golden Sniper pitted on those fresh inters, they should be working for him. But everyone's sliding around at this point. We're gonna go on board with Sub-Zero, as maybe those fresh inters are starting to kick in now. As Golden Sniper starting to run away. But yeah, it looks like Sub-Zero's gaining in the straight, so maybe Golden Sniper has too high of and as Sub-Zero slides around a bit. Again, we only have 7 people left in this grid as I'm going to run down the order. P1 we have Blitz, and P2 we have Kunto. P3 Hint Kid. P4 we have Golden Sniper. P5 Sub-Zero, but he has 3 seconds, which is 1 3-second penalty lower than Golden Sniper, so effectively off track he overtakes. So they would switch positions between Golden Sniper and Sub-Zero, and the Judge and Inhumane Dan in P6, P7 respectively. The Judge 20 seconds from any action here as Inhumane Dan in dead last with 12 seconds of penalties. That is just a lot of penalties. Blitz maintaining this this no penalty run, which is good for the championship. Even if you were to get a penalty here, he would still maintain that P1. So for sure, I'm thinking he's got it sealed, unless something like a safety car. I think we're just off of safety car window, so I don't think it is possible to get a safety car at this point. But for sure, at this point, pretty much all solidified as I'm seeing Golden Sniper, the Delta 2 Sub-Zero starting to finally go up. But again, he should be running away adequately faster, as Sub-Zero was one of the early ones to pit onto the inters, so he has definitely more degradation, as Golden Sniper pitted exactly when these inters started to, or exactly as DRS was disabled. So that's basically your indicator that it is time to officially switch to inters. But yeah, he's starting to finally pull away as he enters the 2-second mark from Sub-Zero. So again, we're just gonna see, it's gonna be close for Sub-Zero, so he has to start pushing now. But I'm wondering if that cliff has been hit. Let's take a look at degradation. Golden Sniper has about 10% on the fronts, 20% on the rears. Sub-Zero in the 2-second point 3 has 20% on the front tires and 40% on the rears. I'm gonna say it now, folks. I think, oh, that's a big slide for him. That cliff has definitely been hit. I bet he regrets pitting early on to the inters, as that's gonna be P5 for him as he falls out of that penalty window, unless Golden Sniper gets another, which is definitely possible with his 7 warnings. Needs to get 2, but we have 2 laps left of racing, I think. Yeah, 2 laps left of racing. People pretty spread as of now. The smallest gap we're seeing is 3.7 in between Sub-Zero and Golden Sniper, but those penalties could come into play later. Blitz going a bit wide, just edging the I think he got a warning there, as my telemetry is telling me 2 warnings for him. So it is in his best interest to stay on the track, to not maintain a penalty. But again, he is 4.6 seconds to Kunto, so even if he does get 2 penalties at this point, 2 6-second penalties, he will probably maintain the lead of this race. I want to take one look as we go into the final lap of this race onto tires. Blitz on those 8-lap tires going into 9. Kunto 9 laps into 10. Kid 8 laps. Golden Sniper 6 laps. Sub-Zero 10 laps. The Judge 11 laps. And in P7, Inhumane Dan with the 6-lap old tires. If I were the Judge, I would start regretting this early pit window into inters. However, I'm not going to say that he doesn't, because he overtook Inhumane Dan, I believe, in the pits. So for sure, definitely choose how you see it, for sure, as I'm gonna go back to penalties. We are in the last lap of this race, going into the second sector of this race. He is about 5 seconds from Kunto, even though he has that 3-second time penalty. So, yeah, I think this is your order, unless we see some bottlage, shall I say it. But yeah, this is an amazing run from Blitz. I believe mathematically it is possible for Blitz to let's take a look at the standings as he comes across the line. Blitz is going to be your Brazil winner here, unless we see some penalty action. But Brazil is for Blitz in the Red Bull Racing, or the, I forget their name, but technically, let's take a look at the statistics. I think it's close. Because he is 35. As of Monza, he is 35 points away. So, I don't know. We're going to have to take a look back. I'm not good at math. So, definitely going to have to see the penalties and the standings after this. As Kunto rounds out, or no, Kinkid rounds out the podium positions. Kunto in P2, Kinkid in P3. Golden Sniper in P4. It's a good result. Sub-Zero P5. The judge just coming up the hill. 20 seconds from any action, as we're going to see him in P6. And Inhumane Dan with that 12-second penalties coming across the finish line last, as that's going to be it for Brazil for Tier 2. What a race. I told you we were going to see some rain action, but some great overtakes, some weird penalty action for sure with Inhumane Dan with the 12 seconds. That's crazy of penalties. But yeah, let's take a look at the standings as we the podium here. Yeah, Kunto in P1 with the 100, or not P1, but P1 in the standings with 166 points as of Monza. In P2 we have Blitz, which he is 35. There's a 35 point differential. So I'm not good with math, but because Blitz finished P1 and Kunto finished P2, that could be Kunto's WDC. So for sure gonna need to take a look at the incidents. Oh no, wait, hold up. Okay, there's that incident, and then here's the race page. And that is it for Brazil Tier 2. Hope you had a great race. Blitz in P1, Kunto P2, and Kid in P3. That's going to round out your podium. I was joined by Toasty, but he had to leave, unfortunately. But yeah, that's going to finish Brazil for everyone, and I'm just going to say that was a really entertaining race, and I will see you maybe in the near future. Thank you for having me, Intrepid Racing League, and yeah, that's all I'll say.